going on, everybody? Welcome to the Gamers for Life podcast. We're each and every Friday, Saturday, or Sunday discussing all things games, discussing that gaming shit. I'm one of your hosts, Jarrell. With me is Arturo, the Marvel Rivals MVP. What's going on, man?
Not much. Doing good. I normally main healers, and so it's nice as a guy when I main healers that when I try DPS a few times, I still get fucking MVP.
Very nice. Yeah, we had a pretty sweet couple of sessions here. I know one of them, the whole. I mean, gosh darn, the whole squad was on, which was pretty fire. One of the first times where we had pretty much everyone that we knew, and then everyone that played the game and also played Overwatch. I was the only one who really hasn't played Overwatch prior, but I was in my lane. I was like, I'm good with Punisher. I'm kind of good with Hawkeye, but I'm mainly good with Punisher, so I'm just gonna stay in my lane, do my thing, and that was really fucking fun. Definitely a different vibe because it's like, especially when everyone's doing what they're supposed to do, as far as just like what their role fucking is. You're
Yeah.
like the Oh well, you're like the healer god. Now you're killing the shit with tank and everything else. So, but yeah, some fun matches, and then also you got the new DLC that dropped.
Season the battle pass. So
Hmm,
definitely a lot of firsts here. So I'll say it wasn't for long because we all had our own shit to do. We're all adults, but technically, remember for a few matches it was a full squad. Remember, if you remember, we were all like thrown aback. We're like, what the fuck? We haven't had a full squad since like we haven't had a full squad of like six people since like COVID. You know what I mean? Since
right.
like lockdown. Like for adults, like when you're the unemployed friend on the unemployed friend on the Tuesday doing unemployed friends doing on Tuesday, aka like renting jet skis and shit. Do you? For the rest of us working class adults that play games, it's like holy shit to get like six of us just on the fly. We're like, damn, one, this game's fun. Two, all of our ducks land in a row. Because as you know, some of us, one of us, Bacon, he works graveyards. So sometimes he works Friday nights, but he had that night off. So it was cool, man. It was cool. Like I said, we were just throwing it back. We're like, God damn, dude, we haven't had six squads since like lockdown. Otherwise for myself, I'm loving all the healers. Like you said, Arthur's definitely been doing, new hot girl shit. Not only did I buy the battle pass drill, I spent $20 to get the bougie battle pass to automatically unlock like a few pages. And I can't tell you the last time I bought a battle pass. Like I think I bought the first like two battle passes when Sea of Thieves first did their shit. Uh, but that was years ago. They're on like season 12 now or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. Um, but yeah, I bought 20, I spent $20, got the first battle pass, got the Loki skin, immediately got my Rocket Raccoon skin. And now that I'm more hands-on to the battle pass trail, it's sick, dude. This needs to be a new fucking norm. I'm sorry. We are not all streamers. We are not all children. We are not all that unemployed friend on the Tuesday to spend money as a guy in his mid 30s playing games and know I have an unlimited amount of time to unlock whatever the fuck I want for this battle pass. No rush at my pace. It's sick. And then Rivals, I know we mentioned in passing, but just to go down a little bit, explain more about Rivals Battle Pass drill is it's even, I think, even a little bit better than Helldivers Battle Pass. Because the Helldivers Battle Pass, you can unlock kind of what you want, but let's say you want the last page. Let's say you just want the last gun in the Helldivers Battle Pass, right? You have to have spent enough of those tokens to unlock the last page. With Rivals, as long as you've earned the tokens, it unlocks the next page. So it's not like I have to earn the purple currency, which is you do your daily challenges, your weekly challenges. The daily challenges are usually like win 3 matches, complete 10 matches, get 2 double kills. The weekly ones are a little more, I guess you could say, quote unquote, skillful, like heal 12,000 with just a shark, something like that. But what I'm saying is, I don't have to unlock those purple things and spend them. I just have to earn them. So just earning them unlocks the quote unquote page or the next section of the battle pass. And then I can spend whatever I want to spend. So like right now I've unlocked like the Magneto House of M page. I may still buy it just because the House of M skin is sick and I like the actual comic it's based off of House of M. Um but I've learned the Wolverine skin that I want, which is the whole reason I started learning Wolverine. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a hot minute till I get that. Because I think I currently have like 2,000 of the purple coins, and I have to earn, not use, earn like 7,000. But hey, the game's like, shit, that's just if you still haven't locked in 2 months, cool. Guess what? Who gives a shit? It's still there. So there are time things, like there are timed events, like there was the winter event. Now we have the like Dracula Endless Night event that's happening. That's timed, but they tell you it's timed. There's a timer. Um, but the battle pass itself, dude, I think Rivals. I think up until now, Helldivers 2 had the best battle pass system, and then I think Rivals outdid it. I think it's crazy, Drill. I think Drill. I'm about holy shit. I can't believe. I think it's fucking wild that a Chinese made game has the best battle pass system. That NetEase and Tencent are like the yin and yang of Chinese developers. What the
Right.
fuck is going on, dude? Tencent's about to get investigated by like the fuck by fucking like Homeland Security for being a military company, and then fucking NetEase over here is dropping the best battle pass system I think in gaming right now.
Right on, bro. Yeah, I see something here on Video Games Chronicles. It says Marvel Rivals broke its all-time concurrent player record following the release of the first season of content. Saw 644,000 269 players play the game concurrently, launching it at number 14 in Steam's all-time highest concurrent player count. Fuck.
And that's just Steam. That's not including the console players. I'm playing on console. I'm playing on my PS5.
Right. Right, exactly. It says this is higher than any other popular titles like Apex Legends, Path of Exile 2, Helldivers 2, and GTA 5. Fuck, that's wild, bro.
It it peaked more players than GTA 5, dude. That these are some wild stats coming out that past like 3 months of games. It feels like the way gaming news is dropping, it feels like we're back in the pandemic times because gaming news was the only thing we had to pay attention to because there was nothing else fucking happening. The world was on lockdown, so it's just like, shocker. The year 2020, video games made more money than every form of entertainment combined, movies, music, and other. Um, Now we have, we're off the curtails a month after the video game awards, which saw more viewership than the Super Bowl. Um, and now we're seeing a free hero shooter, breaking a new record. And people are, again, this goes back to the old sentiment of, well, live service games are blah, 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 blah. And every single fucking gamer with a fully functional brain was like, no, good games bring in players, bad games don't, regardless of the fucking genre, regardless if it's a single player RPG. I'm looking at you, Veilguard, whether it's online a live service game. Looking at you, Suicide Squad, who's circling the drain. It's been announced it's being canceled. Phrasey, it's been announced it's no longer being supported. And I'm looking at you, Concord. So again, I won't go down that rabbit hole or rant. God knows everyone we have, and everyone knows why, except for the people that make the game. "Oh, I don't know why my game failed.
I don't
Ah."
know. I don't understand why Concord's fail. I don't get it.
I don't understand why Concord failed. They don't want
I
to. What
just
do you
don't
mean they don't want to?
understand.
What do you mean they don't want to play a trash can? What? What? Mrs. Fantastic? What? What's with her skin? Oh, those are. I just around. And around and around we go. Whether you go about making character models look good, character models make fun. Hell, Gel, Hell, Gel, even you were talking about shit that's not to do with character models, the dialogue. you know, we're talking about that's just it's just fun and refreshing to have two characters banter each other instead of lecture each other. Hey, do you want to go? Hey, do you guys want to go get lectured? Okay, cool. You can either attend a class or you can go play Dragon Age Veilguard. or or if you want to be entertained, play a good fucking game that is free like Marvel's Rivals. And again, here I am saying like up until now, you know, I was saying, hey, be careful of like Chinese developers because everything we've seen from Tencent and NetEase is like fucking killing it. And they're like, yeah, war through censorship. I'm like, okay, well, I also live in this thing called reality. Yeah, no shit. In a Chinese made game, you can't type in the date of Tiananmen Square and have it get censored. No shit. Sorry, it just but yeah, again, I feel like you and I, Jarrell, are like the litmus test for a lot of things because you know we're not the most common gamer. Church was saying that too. Church was like, hell, dude, it brought you back in gaming. Like it brought you back to the hero shooter. And he's like, if it brought you back, think how many other people have brought it back. Here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of baffling how much Rivals does right, you know. And this is, of course, coming from someone who isn't familiar with like you know, Overwatch and whatnot, and those type of games or whatnot, the 6v6 stuff. But the game just does a lot really well. It seems like whoever developed the game was really passionate around the Marvel universe. You know, the dot. You know, when it comes to, if there's anything that I have I feel like I have a certain level of expertise is kind of recognizing like really good dialogue. You know, and then like when it comes to these characters and like for whatever character you choose. And when you're waiting before you start a game, these little kind of nuanced conversations really fucking good. You know, just like every character is written very well, you know, and like, and then even like, you know, just having like conversation, like having like nuanced conversations and like, and it's tied to the actual fucking Marvel universe. It's not just random like quip stuff. Like I remember I was Captain America and I was next to Bucky. You know what I mean? I was next to him, and there's like a type of he would like my Captain America character was saying like, hey, like, you know, I wish if I only knew, you know, and then like Bucky was just like, you know, don't worry, like it's been done or whatever, and I'm just like, so dope, you know what I mean? Just like nuancing, you know, Winter Soldier and stuff. I was just like, man, like the dialogue is so good, and then obviously the gameplay is super fucking fun. You know, it's obviously very simple, but it's fun, it's effective. The microtransaction stuff, what makes, you know, initially what makes live service games for people to initially cringe, they really create the space where it's not suffocated by buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, you know what I mean? Which is like old school 10-cent stuff or whatever, where we're just like, yo, fuck this is ridiculous, you know, this is like a fucking slot machine basically, you know. But it's just, it lets it be a game, and then if people want to purchase, you know, some extra shit, then they can purchase it, you know. I mean, you're a prime example of that, you know. We were playing that game for a few months before, you know, you were just like, fuck it, like they've sold me, you know what I mean? I was playing it for free. The quality of the game's there. It's super fun. The connectivity is there. It worked perfect fucking day one. It wasn't any bullshit. You know, it wasn't like, and I love Path of Exile too. I do. But if we paid $30 for the coins, we were still having some fuck shit happen the first, you know, week or two before this shit started working. You know, this shit, yeah, it's available now. No, the beta, no, the full game, it's available now. Play it, download it, it's free. You know what I mean? And we were just having a great fucking time. The animation transitions before the game starts, you know, the loading afterwards, just really top tier shit, man. Really top tier, really dope shit. And the crazy thing is that they've only, because it's a season pass, obviously more content will be coming out, but it's like they've barely scratched the surface on this. They can add mad more characters within the season pass or just DLC outside of it. Like, and right now, to me, it's worth, like, it's worth it. Like, it's just, I have to see this game in the conversation for multiple awards for the Game Awards. You know, it's just, it's earned its keep to that degree. Kind of like last year when we were playing Helldivers 2, we're like, fuck, this is fucking good. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy good. You know what I mean? And kind of distilling that hope that we talked about the last, you know, last couple episodes ago. But yeah, man, I'm just, you know, and you know, as a 36 going on 37-year-old man, you know, been playing games since the fucking Sega Genesis. shit, I don't see myself slowing down if games like this are coming out. You know what I'm saying?
For both of us, man, this is the year we're about to lock the fuck in and play some damn games. Like you and I are
Yeah.
both surprised. Our friends are surprised. Like you're level 46 in Path of Exile 2 already? Fuck, dude, I don't know, man. We just hopped on. We just hopped on and we just kept going. Like
Yeah, I was like 45 hours. Like, bro, like the long, like I haven't played 45 hours in a game. It's had to be well over 20 years. Like that's like since middle school.
in
You know
that
what I mean?
short in that like short of a time frame.
Right,
It was like a week and a half. It was like Path of Exile dropped. You and I were on it Friday. We were on it that Saturday. We were like, I know I have to a little more, but then me, tour guide mode kicks in. And then and then like our third compatriot here at church is like, I logged on and he's like, damn, Darrell's level over 40. It's like I like, and then we're not on
And
Path
then he
of
played
Exile 2.
overnight. We were
And then
asleep, and we're like, "Oh shit, you're level 36." He's like,
yeah,
"Yeah, killed a few bosses. You know, he would updates. Oh, kill this guy. Oh man, need help with this guy." Like, I was like, "Holy shit!" You know?
I knew I knew Drell. I know we're on Path of Exile 2 now, but real shit. I knew Drell was having fun when he fucking messages me. I'm different time zone. I'm 2 hours ahead of him. I knew Drell was having fun when he messaged me like 11 p.m. my time. Yo, bro, Arthur, I before I go to sleep for work, you got to help me beat this boss. And I'm like, dude, it's 11 o'clock. I gotta wake up like in 6 hours for work. I know, man, just one boss. And I'm just like,
This one boss.
just one, because it's Path of Exile. Because Path of Exile is this game you could just go and go
Right.
and go. He's like, Drell's like, yeah, man, just one. Fine. And then I'm like, in my head, this is how I know we click on same levels. I'm like, because like most group chats nowadays, especially amongst bros, it's just memes and gifs back and forth. It's rarely words. It's like we've devolved back to the age of hieroglyphs. And I'm like, this motherfucker, I better get a goddamn like type of Denzel fucking train day vibe of my homie. That's not the words, but you know exactly the scene I'm fucking talking about. And then I'm booting on my PC and I open up the Facebook group chat and I get a Denzel fucking gif acknowledging what I'm doing. And I'm like, let's go. Let's kill this, whatever what it is. It's on site. Let's fucking go. I got my Denzel
Yo.
gif. I got my Denzel gif I was hoping for. It's on site, whatever the fuck we're about to throw
Oh
down with.
man.
So
Thank you
yeah,
for that,
man.
bro. Yeah, I needed that. Yeah, and it just yeah, it was just like because you're so powerful on like the fucking on the elements since you're a mage or whatnot. It's yeah,
I'm an elemental necromancer.
you fuck yeah. I mean, it went from fuck this is hard to the guy was just like, well, who the fuck is and the boss just like got destroyed.
It's like, okay, this fucking ice monkey. Okay, cool. My homie's got flaming zombies. Arthur, let's go.
Right, yeah, man, yeah, I killed that chimera dude. So anyways, if you are watching this, hello, be sure to like and subscribe here on the channel. Hit the notification bell, or hit the notification bell, of course, and then also like the episode so it goes around the internet. Please do that. And then obviously when it comes to subscribing, it's going to be at G4L Podcast. Again, at G4L Podcast. That is where Arthur does the streams too for the games. Marvel Rivals obviously has been one that's been in the streaming there. So be sure to do that. Obviously we have our past episodes that we've done here. We are not the new boys. We have been doing this shit for a bit now. As you can see, multiple episodes, multiple videos on there. So please be sure to subscribe. We really appreciate that. And if you've noticed as far as listening on the audio episodes on Spotify or what have you, there are ads. We have added ads. We have moved to from Anchor over to Spreaker. We are doing ads now for the audio because, hey, I think we deserve it. We've done this for 3 fucking years. Let's get some type of monetization. If you prefer not to listen to ads, there are 2 things you can do. You can let us know in the comments if you would want to do some type of a Spreaker special subscription thing that I can add where you can get free ads. It would be for like $2-3 a month, or you can just subscribe for free and you can listen to the whole episode without ads on YouTube. So you choose. But yeah, that's just an update there. And anything else, Gamers for Life, you can go to linktree.com/Gamers for Life, the one-stop link to the show. And here at the Gamers for Life podcast, we read the news while you can watch or listen to what you choose by clicking on the links in the time code within the description of the episode so or you can go to what you want to, watch or listen to. Or you can just hang out with us here. the Games for Life podcast. So, yes, sir, yes, sir. So, as far as just starting out here on the docket, um, well, I know you were talking about. It's not on this particular docket, but wasn't there like a dragon
Oh my God.
direct that you were checking out?
Yo, okay. Drill, it's I know this is odd for me, but I think I found my first like day one game of 2025, dude.
Really? Holy
Yeah,
shit!
Ishin Like a Dragon, man. It has a long fucking name. I just call it Like a Dragon Pirate.
Yeah.
It has a long name. Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. It's set to release on February 21st, 2025. I want to say it's the same week as Monster Hunter Rivals. That's why after this pod, we record finishing, I'm like to send a message in the group chat. Hey, yo, church, I know I was talking on Monster Hunter shit. I'm gonna have to pivot, dude. I buy my games off playtime. Jarrell knows I don't buy, two games that come out the same week because I won't be playing two games like that. But uh that game, or I forget the name of it, Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. I'm just gonna call it Like a Dragon Pirate. It's crazy, dude. I've never played the Yakuza games. I've always wanted to get into the Yakuza games. It's almost like again, as someone, for the most part, Joe, I think both of us, that don't have time to no life games too often, minus the past, 3 months for the 2 months for the both of us. Those Yakuza games almost felt like kind of intimidating because those are the games like you have to dive in head first and never stop. Like there's just so much because like you just Google any random like Yakuza game moment without context, you're like, what the fuck is this game? There's dudes in diapers, there's fucking karaoke. I don't know what's going on. But this game, I feel like good or bad, at least from what I've seen to other Yakuza games, it looks like it's definitely, or it feels like a pivot in how Yakuza games normally feel. Because I feel like this game's less random and more like an actual game. I know that sounds weird, and if any of you have seen a Yakuza game, they know what I'm talking about. But again, it's just hard to describe. Yakuza games, they're almost like the Beyond Two Souls games. They're like in their own genre of their quote unquote game. But this Like a Dragon Pirate game, it looks so good. The combat when you're the character is giving crazy Devil May Cry vibes, which it feels like we haven't really had since like Final Fantasy 16, or really kind of that's it. You know what I mean? Or what it feels like, at least right now. And then holy shit, Drill. Um, Probably not since Black Flag. No one gives a shit about the quadruple A shit fest that is uh Skull and Bones. I forgot the name of it. Skull and Bones.
Yeah, yeah.
The pirate dude, the pirate, oh, the pirate ship battles. It looks like if what if Black Flag was in an anime. How does that not sound good? Like,
Wow, that's crazy.
what if, like I said, that's the best way to describe it. What if the people that make the Yakuza games made Assassin's Creed Black Flag? Take my fucking money. That's what we got. That's literally what we got. A Japanese developer, an Eastern developer making a fucking Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I don't know if there's sea shanties. I want to say there are because there was like, or at least in the trailer, I couldn't tell if the sea shanty was like just the operatic, like background sound setting the trailer, but that might be a noticeable thing. Um, but either way, man, Like a Dragon, God damn it, Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii comes out February 21st, a week after Valentine's Day. Shit, I might get it at day one. I might get it day one. It's just it looks so fun. It looks like it's a Devil May Cry, and when you're not playing Devil May Cry as your character, you're playing Black Flag. Which, Jesus Christ, dude, it's gonna be another one. I want to say a slight tangent rant, but I feel like you and I both look at the comments section of videos to gauge what people are at, aka why you and I both called Concord's death out a mile away, why you and I both called Suicide Squad's death a mile of fucking away. Um, there's definitely a trend of like what's winning and what's losing lately. In terms of AAA Western developers and AAA Eastern developers. AAA Western developers all of a sudden forgot how to make a good fucking game, and all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but like, these developers are just like, bam, there's a meme. I won't go too much into it, but there's a meme of like the Western developers are are trying to figure out what like how to make a character model, and all of a sudden Korean developers, boom, Stellar Blade. Fuck you. It's based off of it's unrealistic. We literally scanned a model. I guess you forgot those exist because you don't put them in billboards anymore. Blood. I'm like, okay, damn. Okay, damn. There. Ooh, this is a good comment section for the Stellar Blade video. But again, Stellar, Stellar, Stellar Blade, and now we have NetEase doing Marvel Rivals, Chinese developer, and now we have Like a Dragon about to put Skull and Bones to shame, and then coming up down the road, another Eastern developer about to make Ubisoft look like shit is Ghost of Tsushima, no, Ghost of Yote. So again, it's just another thing of Ubisoft's like, I'm gonna put out this shit, and I'm gonna put out Skull and Bones, a quadruple A game. And the makers of Yakuza are like, I don't think you remember what Pyro games are supposed to do, so we got this. We'll make one.
I mean, that's a pretty solid impression if it's veering you away from Monster Hunter Wilds, because I remember, I mean, we did the beta for that one, very
Yeah.
short period of time because it was at the end of the week there, but I mean, shit, it must have a pretty solid impression.
I mean, like knowing me, Monster and Wilds is a cooperative game. So if I get, my arm twisted, or I get like, the classic unbeatable argument that we've seen in the classic episode of South Park, when how um Jimmy created peace between the Crips and Bloods with the ancient argument of, I mean, come on. Fuck. So if that drops, I might take a break from it. It's like, hey Arthur, you said you're gonna get more. You said you're gonna get Monster Hunter Wilds. I need my Bard. I mean, come on. Fuck you, right? So, but all I'm saying is, I'm on the fence about getting Monster Hunter Wilds day one. Ah, dude, Like a Dragon. I'm still on the fence whether I get it for PC or PS5, only because like, I know I'm gonna play for controller only. Um, and I don't have, as you may have noticed, I don't have streaming fully locked in by on my PC. I'm like 9/10 the way there. I also get distracted by playing games, you know, but either way, I'll probably lean towards PC. But if I the quick thing, drill real quick, as I'm thinking aloud a lot, I do that. I'm nervous about getting a PC game day one because that's the only thing I know about a lot of PC games day one is the port kind of gets tricky. I just
Mm,
This is from a year of me in church shitting on you because there is a
fine
long history
assholes.
of there is a long history of PC ports not working day one, including like that one Star Wars Jedi Survivor that came to mind. Nominee for Game of the Year award, but shit the bed on PC at launch. So, but yeah, Ishin, I keep saying like a dragon. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah. No, I mean that's a fair point, right? It's a fair point as far as making sure that you get the best port, for the game because yeah, I mean that's a fair point as far as for not all PC games sadly are made equal. Um, time and time again we've seen some shitty ports for PC. So that is a thing. That is a thing, right? So it's just important to keep an eye on that. And luckily the PC version of like Indiana Jones, for example, I mean, incredible. Obviously, uh, the ray tracing is required, which is shitty. Which is why I was like, fuck, I have to upgrade my video card. So now I have one that can play Indiana Jones and it's beautiful, versus a console where, back in the day, it was like you just put in the game and play. Obviously, it's a little more complicated now. So now people have to make certain adjustments. They have like a PC, like, performance adjustments on a lot of these games today where a lot of people are like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, ports are important. So definitely keep an eye on that. As will I. I mean, goddamn, I'm forced to buy a fucking PlayStation 5 because GTA 6 is going to release on consoles old school, you know. But what I find funny, though, Arthur, is
Mhm.
that it's almost like it's releasing only on one console because Xbox, I just feel like it's dead from a console perspective.
What's an Xbox anymore?
You know
Any
what I
fucking
mean?
anything is an Xbox.
Yeah, they're whoring themselves out. They're whoring all their content, all their IPs out to PlayStation, and PC. And I kind of wanted to start
But
with that. Oh, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
before you transition, no, before you transition to your thing, um, in terms of the list you sent me, hey, there's some background. There is a little background work behind what we do here. We're not complete amateurs. I gotta ask Drell, that phrase, Xbox continue to whore themselves out. Is that an article or is that you?
It's good old JP, baby.
Okay. Because as far as my attachment opened up, it's like a link, and I'm like, dude, whoever, I'm like, yo, is Video Games Chronicle fucking going in? I'm like, I thought this was an article for a second because it's a link, like it's literally a link, and so I thought like someone at Video Games Chronicle just got pissed the fuck off. I was like, fuck it. Let's go. Let's name this article. Xbox continues to whore themselves out. I'm like, yo, Video Games Chronicle. Oh shit, let's go. Like, oh
I
shit,
know. I would have to
game
subscribe
journalists.
to something from them. I'm like, that is amazing.
Dude, if Video Games Chronicle or any journalists actually say what they actually said it with their fucking chest, dude, game changer to the fucking industry. Like, oh shit, Kotaku, IGN's a fucking joke, but nah, Video Game Chronicle is standing on business, putting their nuts on the desk. Xbox continue to whore themselves out. Damn, he said you fat Phil.
Yeah, man. Sometimes journalists do it right. They're just like, fuck it, we're here. You might have to go on a minor rant before we do the Xbox, before we talk about the Xbox
Been on
thing.
like three.
I know we're kind of all over the place. My fault. But so minor rant. Destin from his channel Destin, and he was formerly on IGN for many many years. Shout out to Destin. He finally quit IGN. He finally quit IGN, and now he's doing the full time YouTube thing. So he has his channel, but then he also has his Patreon, Save State Plus. On Patreon, which you can choose to subscribe to that, his main tiers, yada yada, and I like Destin. I remember before then I was a little reserved as far as like, man, I feel like he's trying to be funnier than he actually is versus just him being himself. And then eventually he did change that. But the reasoning for the rant and the conversation is that one of the first interviews that he had with on his Safe State thing, or maybe just like on an earlier YouTube subscription thing that he eventually rolled out the episode to everybody else, probably because everyone was like, bro, release it. He was talking to Greg Miller. And
Oh,
as you know, Arthur, I've listened to Greg Miller for as long as I've worked at, since I started working at GameStop a little bit before that, and I've just had my qualms with him mainly because of his decision of not reviewing Hogwarts because of the stuff going around that had nothing to do with the developers. You know what I mean? Even though it was shunned from nominated from any awards, even though it sold more than Call of Duty that year, and the majority of people were like, yeah, it's a great game. I just thought it was aside from the business political antics, of them. Because I know it's a company thing, it's a business thing, got to keep the business afloat and just fucking do what all businesses do. They just kind of follow this whatever line, oh, well, I guess people don't like this, then this is, versus use just like, can't stand on your nuts. You know what I mean?
it's a bitch move. I got it.
Yeah.
I got everything. I'm like Drell's like,
yeah,
let me get from
I,
professional speak out there. It's a bitch move.
It
We
it
got it.
is a bitch. No, you're right. It's a bitch move. It's a bitch move, and that was I've just kind of like I respect him, but that's where I lost respect when it came to that. I thought that was absolute bitch move,
Valid.
and it's funny. It's been many years, and they're probably over it, both parties, which I'm going to mention as well. But this is something slightly different, but it's still within the same circle. Is the Colin Moriarty? Colin Moriarty originally he was on there,
Yep.
and they ended up kind of pushing him out. So I keep adjusting my gain here. They keep
Yep.
pushing him out, or they pushed him out mainly because he said a tweet that was like very like light funny. He was just like I think it was the day without a woman day where they
Game
went to
journalist fired for actually being funny.
like he was just like peace and quiet, right? Like you know what I mean? Like it's just like it's just like a Rodney Dangerfield thing, right? You know what I mean? And like
Yeah,
they
and then we have
would
a word for that in our culture. It's called a joke. I think a lot of
right,
people
right,
forgot
and
about it.
it's yeah,
What that four letter word means.
yeah, and it's not just it was to me it wasn't like it wasn't an awful joke like to me like like I've heard much worse that people say oh it's a joke I'm like like even his girlfriend at the time now wife thought it was funny and then he like IGN ended up firing him for that. You know what I mean? Because of how it looks for the business and all this stuff. And then I feel like they kind of tacked additional stuff on because, the Trump election stuff was happening. And all he was kind of doing was just kind of giving the facts as far as like how all these people voted for him. Not saying that the votes were warranted, but just saying as far
Mm.
as sorry, the other side didn't do their job enough to sway. You know what I mean? Just kind of like the fact
Which
of the
is
matter.
true.
And it's like regardless of popular vote, like like they knew enough. The cabinet knew enough. The party knew enough. And they pushed him out. They pushed him out, and even on the underlining as far as Tim Geddes, I don't care for him too. He's to me, he's very fake. Blessing, I think he's a nice guy, but I think he says a lot of stuff that is wrong. Is wrong to me. So I guess the reasoning for my rant is just I appreciate Destin for kind of just like he's doing the thing that we all are afraid of, right? Especially because of the algorithm and the time associated. But he's gained a pretty solid fan base. From over the years that he's done this stuff. His Destin channel is many years old. I thought it was a more
Mm.
recent channel. He's had it for like over 10 years.
Th-
You know,
this is a very blunt question, but now that Destin has left IGN, is he funnier now? Like, is it less lizards? Is it less lizard speak and less journo fucking quips? Or
he's not really like honestly to be like, and it's not to be mean. He's not really a funny guy, but he's on that. You
he's
know what
just
I
more of an
mean?
informative guy?
Yeah, he's just an
Okay,
informative guy.
yeah.
He might say like a joke or just for like, man, that's crazy, you know what I mean? But it's not really like a joke. He's not
Okay,
trying to perform a joke. Yeah, no, it's a good question because like the guy Penguin Zero, he's fucking hilarious. Like I
yeah.
think he's like he like his
Charlie Moist Critical, yeah.
yeah, yeah, like his personality on YouTube, he's incredibly talented, and I don't even think he considers himself talented, but what he does is very good and very funny consistently, and he does like many other types of genres and or situations, topics on the internet. Like he's
Yeah.
to make that entertaining with what he has. I'm like, this guy's talented. Like he deserves every penny he gets from streaming and stuff.
Moist Critical
Um,
got the best analogies in the game.
yeah, he's wild. He's wild. He's great. But yeah, as far as for Destin, like, yeah, he's just kind of owned like, I'm just a guy who like likes video games. I'm gonna share this information with you. This is what's going on.
That's
But
cool.
like, yeah, like he's just more of an honest thing. You know what I mean? And I just appreciate that from him. So
That's good.
definitely, yeah. So like, yeah, congrats, Destin. Greg, obviously, I wish you well, but I don't care. Kind of funny. It is what it is at this point.
Destin, cool, kind of funny. It's all right. IGN, go fuck yourself. Greg Miller, you're a coward.
You said it, not me. Uh, but yeah,
I'll
so
say it. I'm a game journalist, but I'm not going to review the most popular game of 2023 because someone that had nothing to do with the game said this. Oh, also, I can't wait for GTA 5 to come out. Blah, blah, GTA 6 to come out. Oh, killing women's going to be so fun. Blah 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 blah. Sorry.
right,
I
right.
I know. So I almost cut you off a part of there to agree with you because they're like, hey, I know for them that was a few years ago. And I was waiting for you to say, but like, I haven't forgotten. I would be like, same shit, Gerald. Elephants don't forget. My fat ass remembers. Shit.
No, you're
my
right. No,
my
you're
fat
right.
my fat ass remembers game journalists not willing to review the biggest game of 2023 uh because of some dumb shit. And it's like someone had nothing to do with the game, said something offensive to a thing. Okay, cool. And what about the games where the developers make it like a key component of the game to commit acts of violence and murder across everyone, including the communities that you supposedly pander for? oh well, you see,
Right.
that's different because my boss says that I have to. And exactly, you're no shit.
Right. Yeah. And that was my thing too, is it really was just a disservice to the developers. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like you're hurting these devs. Like they made a really good game and the topic is nothing to do with it. And I just thought I thought that was shitty. It's like they're not reviewing a film because the director said some bullshit, but then everyone else who made the film had nothing to do with it, where they made a really good movie, so it's just that's
This is
kind of
that
kind of how I feel about it.
I'll say even further than that. That's like not reviewing. That's even further than that. That's like not reviewing a movie because that's like reviewing. That's like not reviewing a movie because the guy who published the book that came out 20 years ago said this, and it's like, well, no one involved in the movie said it. Well,
Oh, that's actually even better.
because
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
no one
actually
that
even
had
better.
hands on that game had anything to do with another person's opinion. So again,
Yeah.
again, when it comes to the IGN rant drill, I'll never stop you. I let it be known, for all social media, I have like blocked or whatever their form of block or ignore or don't show this channel, don't recommend this channel. My Google homepage, that's kind of my go-to story for stuff. As far as Google Home's concerned, I don't see shit from IGN. I use Bing to get those Xbox reward points. As far as Bing's concerned, I don't have IGN articles come up. And I suggest all of you do the same because let's be honest, IGN is literally a joke in itself, and everyone for the majority of the gaming community, we all agree. So save yourself an unironic dumb laugh. And just every time you see IGN come up, click don't view this channel or don't recommend this channel. And hey, who knows? Your gaming experience and source some gaming information might get that much better.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Definitely.
But that
Definitely.
being said, Jarrell, let the record show the list of things we can get sponsored by. This is a source that was X off that list years ago. Years ago, that bridge got burnt.
Oh man. It is what it is. Yeah. So I kind of want to try something different this year. I kind of don't want to quote a large amount of articles. I kind of just want to note the topic and then just discuss it, or at least for myself. I just think it's better. It's a podcast. I do think it is notable to talk about if we're talking about a very specific quote, but I don't want to talk about full paragraphs anymore, really. Just kind of the general notion. So I will mention this specifically just because the title of it says Microsoft is reportedly planning to bring even more key franchise to the PS5 this year. And it looks like Ninja Theory's Hellblade 2, Age of Mythology, possibly Gears of One Ultimate Edition are planning to come to PlayStation 5 this year. So interesting stuff there. It's funny because like
Say it.
bit by bit by bit, right? Bit by bit, Xbox just showing a little clam there.
Oh shit! I didn't think about to get clam in this. God damn!
I've been watching a lot of Bill Burr, so
Oh my god! I was like, Sarah to terrestrial. Oh shit! I mean, I asked him to.
their basic instinct at the interrogation table.
Yeah,
Um,
Phil Spencer is basic instincting fucking PS5 hard.
it's just like bit by bit, it's like, there's no value to us. Here's this. Oh, we used to respect that. Oh, whatever. We'll just give it to everybody. And I get it. It's a business decision move, bro. But more and more, they've just shown like, hey, like since this is an Xbox and that's an Xbox and this is an Xbox and that's an Xbox, why would I buy a Series X and S? Like, I feel like, bro, like at the point of Grand Theft Auto 5 releasing, I mean, does it even make sense to buy it on Xbox? Like, I mean, if you have it, maybe sure, but I almost feel like it would be completely underpowered at this point because PlayStation 5 has released the Slim, which I know from a technical standpoint, no upgrades there, but they did release the Pro, which arguably is a little more powerful than the X. I mean, if there were benchmarks testing around it, right? And I know if you buy Grand Theft Auto 6, you're gonna want to get the PlayStation 5 Pro, which is what I'm gonna have to save up to buy. I know that's just the fact, right? I mean, they're making me do it, Arthur. They're making me do it. They're saying, "Hey, PC guys, hey, I appreciate y'all. Hey, go fuck yourselves. Buy it on PlayStation 5. I'm not releasing it for PC for another 2 years. Suck on the cack." Like they're not gonna do it, right? They're not gonna do it. So I have to save to buy a PS5 Pro. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. So,
Drill's
but
been
as far
watching Bill Burr, a bit of Sopranos.
I have been, yeah, Soprano has been playing downstairs. My wife has been binging it. But yeah, like it's just at this point, it's like, does it even make sense to buy the Series X? I feel like I have a prediction, Arthur. I have a prediction that Microsoft is going to release whatever their Pro version is for the Xbox to provide additional, not like insurance, but just to give a little more value to the fucking console. You know what I mean? For, hey, here's the pro version of this, because by the time GTA 6 comes out, I feel like people aren't going to buy a whole lot of the Series X, and I could be wrong in that. But I feel like it makes more sense. Let's just make a hardware console that's going to be more powerful, and then also it's going to support GTA 6 how it should be supported. I just feel like it would be a really smart fucking decision to do that, just because they're going to have, this isn't an Xbox, here's a cat. You know, like, I mean, it's like, what the fuck are we doing? But anyway, I know it was a elongated rant. What are your thoughts when it comes to just kind of Xbox diddling away these
Dude,
additional IPs, and then just like, with these games coming out, this year, like, I mean, how do you feel about it?
you and I have been talking about this for years. We have our receipts. You know, I've been talking this for years. You and I were guessing long ago, like one generation ago, that possibly this generation of Xbox consoles might be the last true generation of Xbox consoles because everything Xbox is doing is clearly pointing that direction. Do you have a Samsung TV? Do you have an LG TV? Do you have a phone? They're pushing, that's just their marketing. Like what everything is an Xbox is their marketing. So when people are like, "Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean they're gonna stop putting about?" That's them. Like we're like, sorry if we're connecting the dots. We're just kind of looking a few dots ahead. It isn't far off. Why you and I have been saying we're not far off from Xbox potentially, you know, revisiting what it means to be a console because they clearly are. XCloud is one of the reasons that the FCC shit got delayed. Because again, what's the cocksucker? Sony's
Which one? There's a
CEO,
few. Jim Ryan.
the one that cradled the balls, Jim Ryan. He's the ball cradler. There you go. Yeah, so he cradled the IRS's balls, and like we said, there's some bitch moves. There is nothing that is a bigger bitch move than doing fucking crying to the IRS. So go fuck yourself. Um, but I agree. Here's the thing, Joe. I agree with everything you just said, and I'll add on to it. If we hear something about an Xbox Pro this year, the only reason, or I would say this, if we hear about an Xbox Pro this year, the only main reason we would hear about it this year is because of GTA. If GTA 6 was not coming out this year, I bet we want to hear about an Xbox Pro this year. Because again, it's clear Xbox doesn't give a shit about their first party consoles. That's just them. Like again, we are still baffled why the Xbox Series S, the Slim, exists. It's not a next gen console. They've said it's not a next gen console. I think it's crazy they made a console just to trick people into buying it because a lot of people bought it. A lot of people bought it as gifts. A lot of people bought it themselves when the
Well,
Xbox Series, like, yo, oh shit, Xbox got a next gen console. This one's only $300. Hey, PS5, you're dumb. Wait, what? And I still have no, and like I said, it's like I think there's like kind of mentions around the water cooler that like, you know, because Xbox has their contract that if you make a game for the Xbox, it has to be available on the Xbox Series S, which is like there's a lot of valid theories or supposed leaks, whatever. That the Xbox Series S is what's holding back games from performing well to a certain point, and I agree with that. It's like, hey, let's make this the great Xbox is like, no, lower the standard. Fuck. And so again, if the Xbox Pro were to be released this year, it would have to be tied in with some sort of advertising with GTA 5. It just has to be. That's the only reason why it would need to exist. Um, and again, I think Xbox, that's just them ticking off some boxes, not because which is really sad, Drill, because up until now, Xbox's consoles, the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X, what was their marketing? It's the most powerful console. And
That's
they've
right.
that was their marketing for the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X at launch for both those generations. They were the most powerful at launch. They were the most powerful console at the time they launched. And now we've just gone to they're the most powerful console to fuck it. Your cat on a fridge is a console. I mean, we're not far off from that Key and Peele skit of like, hey Siri fridge, cast Fusho Da. And so I have an Xbox. It's a dust collector. They made it clear, Arthur, you need an Xbox? Cool. I ain't gonna fucking turn it on.
Right.
Why? So yeah, like I said, for their own marketing, I don't think it's a hot take at all that the PS5 Pro will be fleshed out. Sledged out. I don't even think, here's another thing, Drill. I wonder if the Xbox Pro will even be more powerful than the PS5 Pro, which would be a first. Because up until now, every time Xbox has released a console or console update at the time of its launch, it was the most powerful console released. This might be the first time that if Xbox does this, I don't think the Xbox Pro will be more powerful than the PS5 Pro.
That's an interesting take. That's definitely an interesting take, and you're definitely right when it comes to the Series S. It's still baffling to me that more people like they say that they did the stats that the majority of Xbox players they have the S over the X, which is crazy, right? And you're right. The S it never was a next gen console, right? It was just something for the kids to play Minecraft with or whatever the case may be. But it's gonna crash and burn. It's just completely outdated. It's completely outdated, and especially for 2025, there's a lot of hard hitting games coming out. You're also right with a lot of games kind of suffering in general from a release perspective because of the Series S. A prime example is Baldur's Gate. The reason why Baldur's Gate didn't come out for the Xbox Series X and S sooner is because they were having problems with the Series S. They're having problems with the Series S, and it took a little while for them to figure it out, and eventually it did come out. But the Series S did hold back the X release. That's why that's why these companies need to stop fucking making games for PlayStation 4 and the original Xbox. I think the original Xbox, they're finally Xbox One is what I mean. But stop making games for PlayStation 4 and 5. Just work on 5. 4 is done. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of people on 4, but yo, you've had that console for almost over 10 years. You know what I mean? It's like I get that you want, like even for PCs, like where arguably it is more expensive as far as her upgrading situations. It just makes more sense. You know what I mean? Moore's law is dead, as quoting the YouTube channel. Moore's law is dead, but this technology is going so fast, it just doesn't make any sense to do that. One thing I will say, the only light in the tunnel from a console perspective, and possibly for Microsoft, before I get to the next thing here regarding the Xbox, is I know we were talking about a lot of GPU graphics card jargon in the in our chat earlier this week, right? So
Yep.
Nvidia and AMD, they're releasing, kind of talk about their new line of graphics cards that are going to be coming out. And one of the biggest things was like the RTX 4090 from Nvidia, and then I want to say it's the RTX 5070. How
Mm-hmm.
it was cheaper. The 5070 was cheaper than the 490, but like 20% more powerful, like from an estimated benchmark on all fronts, which is crazy. But
Mm-hmm.
it's because of the AI technology within it. So a lot of hardcore PC guys, when they buy a graphics card, they're like, I don't want to do frame generation. I want the pure power. I want the pure power. Well, how much frames can my console do? They don't want to do the artificial frame generation, right? But some people like ETA Prime, huge dude on YouTube that tests all this stuff, he's like, FSR is great. Like, why is everyone freaking out about this? I think as far as for the NVIDIA AMD stuff, I think it is. a
Trickle to the
foreshadowing.
world of consoles.
It's going to trickle down to the console world. I do think it doesn't mean that the consoles are going to be any cheaper, because they don't make any money from the consoles anyway. So they're was like might as well just up the price. But yeah, but eventually the Series S will go away. It will go away. It has to.
Has to.
And yeah, and I really do think that the Series X, it has to. They got to make another one, but especially for GTA 6. I feel like because no one wants to buy it right now. So, um,
I remember, if you want to buy it, you don't have to.
yeah, 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 yeah. I just feel like people will go to PlayStation. You know what I mean? They haven't put enough value. They have to reinforce. That's a problem, Arthur. Is that they have to reinforce value on people buying a
Their
five hundred
their
dollar
shit.
console. Yeah, they have to reinforce that value because they took so much time in a marketing campaign to say, "Hey, everything else can do the same shit of what you already have, right? Or of what our console has. Which if you haven't bought it, just try these other options." But now they can't do that for GTA 6 because it's not going to be available for that, right? It won't be available for Game Pass when it releases. So now they have to reinforce value on something that they have that they have to dust off in the fucking garage and entice people to buy that over a fucking PlayStation. And I think that's going to be a huge fucking problem.
I think
So
the more I look into that marketing strategy, the more I think in the next 5 years they're gonna have a big fucking problem. Here's why: the marketing phrasing that, like, telling their people to buy other shit because it's like our shit is crazy. Like, name any other situation like that. Hey, don't go watch this movie. God, this other movie's like ours. Go watch that.
right, it's
Hey,
wild.
why buy? Hey, we're Domino's. Why buy us? Pizza Hut tastes just like us, but you can buy our wings there. Yeah, I mean, that's a crazy strategy.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
and now mind you, it's because it's all about Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass. But then here's the thing: you get people like me that can't play every fucking game that comes out every fucking day. So I'm on P. I was on PS. So I was on PS5. I was on Helldivers. I was on Ghost of Tsushima. I was on Ratchet and Clank. Um, I was in games. I was on games. I was trying games in their subscription service catalog, Bannerlord, shit like that. And now I'm on PC. So you push people away enough just to try your service, they're gonna realize, well, I like this shit over here, so I don't have enough time to spend on the shit that you're doing since I left it and you told me I could leave it. And now you get people like me that hasn't had Game Pass for months.
right,
Like,
exactly.
I, I know I'm not the common example, but I went from Xbox to PC, and I'm like, oh, cool. But every Black Friday I can get games for like $2. So is it Game Pass? No. But I bought every Command and Conquer for $2. $3.75. So that's fine. Um, like I said, I think in the next 5 years they have a big problem because I think by them encouraging their people to go elsewhere, like I said, it's not the best analogy, but it's like I said, it's like if Domino's said, ah, you know what? Um, you don't have to order a pizza. You can order Papa John's, you can order Pizza Hut. But when you do, hey, try our wings. Whereas I'm gonna be like, let's say, because again, that's this is a console situation. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, I can play Ninja Jones on PS5, but now that I have a PS5, I can play PS5 shit I never played before. Let me play Ghost of Tsushima. Let me play Ratchet and Clank. Let me play Spider-Man. And so, using that analogy, it's like, okay, cool. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna order from Domino's. I'm gonna try Papa John's. Hey, you know what? Now that I'm here, I've never actually had Papa John's wings before. I've never had Papa John's breadsticks before. Oh, I like this. Hey, well, don't forget, you can have Domino's wings there. Yeah, but I'm having Papa John's. I'm not having Papa John's pizza and breadsticks. I'm also get their own wings. And like I said, in the next 5 years, I wonder what the numbers are going to be like of people like me just dropping Game Pass because I've found out if I don't need an Xbox to play Xbox games, well, now that I don't have an Xbox, I'm trying out new console, new games I can only play because there's a Joe, as you know, there's a couple games on my PC that are only on PC, like Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. That's a game that's not on consoles. There's a ton of games on PC that are not on consoles, period. They're not on Game Pass Ultimate. So I just wonder with this strategy in the next 5 years, how many Game Pass subscribers they're going to lose because people listen to their own marketing.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like the only example where I've seen where someone has done that and then they've been successful at it has been like JHS pedals. Their channel, a lot of their channel is dedicated towards like some of his favorite pedals from other companies, but it's very unique to that particular space, right? It comes off as he's not just some pompous asshole. It's like buy my stuff's the best. Like he knows that he is one of the many pedal like makers, and he has an appreciation for all these other guys who do it, and he knows that he's in a space where there's decades of other different companies and pedals that are great, and he's kind of paying homage to it, so it makes him in his company look like better when it comes to like, oh, like he's just like paying homage to XY pedals as far as school. And then he's also, oh yeah, and then we got this, JHS pedal too. That we made this. Like I think it sounds really good. They demo it and it works. Like the business model works. But that's very nuanced. Like it's very specific to that particular market. That doesn't make sense for Xbox. Like, it just doesn't. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense for Xbox. And it's like you want to go and get some steak, and there's like, you know what? There's a good chicken place down the street. It's like half the price versus our stuff. Like like I have chicken here, but like just go there. Just go
You
there.
you put this example in any other field, any other industry, any other consumer market, you're like, this this isn't a long-term plan.
Yeah.
And real quick, just for clarification, when Joel's talking about pedals, a reminder, he's a musician. He's talking about the guitar pedals, not
guitar
bicycle, not
guitar
bicycle
pedals.
pedals. Spandex wearing weirdos. But yeah, but again, like I said, long term. And here's the thing, like playing Xbox in the fridge, it makes for a good meme. Try playing Skyrim. Try playing for an hour straight, standing in front of your fridge. And let me know how the fucking goes for you. It's a good meme, makes for a good gif, makes for a good picture,
Right.
but an actual gaming experience, no. I know that's a hyper example, but again, like I said, it was a joke of like Xbox very soon Xbox gonna want you playing Skyrim on your fridge. Fuck, dude. It's like
Yeah.
we're not far off. So
Yeah.
so again, like I said, we're just again, is it horrible now? But like I said, you take this example in any other field of industry, it doesn't have long term. It does not have long term benefits or return of investment for what they're doing for this marketing strategy.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. We over the years of this podcast, we have had a great amount of gratitude, appreciation for this man called Phil Spencer, right? Over the years, where he was head of Xbox before he was, officially like the actually even before he was head of Xbox, he
Yep,
was just, in a higher position or
a
whatever it
guy.
was, right? And the man who saved Xbox during that year, where they're trying to make it seem like just like a DVR thing, and the gamers are like, "What the fuck is this?" Right? Um, he saved Xbox, regardless of them implementing that stuff later. There's a time and place for everything. Case in point, factually, he saved Xbox during that time. That was a very scary moment for Xbox. Multiple journalists will say the same thing too, and they have.
Yep.
But it seems like he's just every other CEO at the end of the day, man. Some of the stuff he's been saying in these interviews, like, hey, we got to make money, basically. And it's like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
You spent 80 whatever $billion. You acquire these things,
69.
$69 billion, right?
Easy number to remember, Joel. Come on.
I lost count with all the different acquisitions they did. But so they did all this, right? But now when it comes to them releasing these, they're releasing like these IPs over to other consoles that we
Everywhere
used to
else.
hold
Yep.
so dear, right? And it's like I understand multi-platform, but when it comes to like we're gonna take our identity and we're gonna put it on someone else's face, you know what I mean? It's just like what?
And
It's
and
like,
and so your question's like now, what do we think of
do
Big
we
Dick Phil?
respect him now? Yeah, like do we still respect Phil Spencer at this point?
Phil Spencer, the last 2 quarters, ever since this marketing has just really been their home front, their forefront. No, like again, like you tell me here, hey, I can go try these games at other places. Well, while I'm in this other shop, I'm gonna go window shopping down the other aisles. And like I said, Drill, god damn, dude, day fucking one. When I played Ghost of Tsushima, I understood all of the hate, all of the jokes, all of the memes that PlayStation fans of why they're shitting the Xbox. There is not one goddamn game under Xbox's catalog in their entire existence that can hold up to Ghost of Tsushima. How good it flows, how seamless it is, no fucking loading screen, which the concept of that makes Todd Howard shit himself. You
One
know
of
what I
the
mean?
really quick, one of the best PC ports ever. Like that game plays incredible on PC.
And Drill, we're talking about subscriptions. It's on theirs. That's how I fucking played it. I didn't buy it. I bought Sony subscription to try PlayStation exclusives. And the second I played Ghost of Tsushima, I'm like, you know what? Hands up, guys. I understood everyone's memes, everyone's fucking jokes about Starfield, how shitty it looks, how garbage it looks. It looks like a PS3 game. It handles like a PS3 game. I don't know. I don't know what happens more, how often I blink, or how often Starfield has a loading screen. Jesus Christ. I understood all of it, Drell. There's not one fucking loading screen in the entire goddamn game. Like I even showed Victor when Victor was Taylor. I was like, "Hey, Victor, dude, bro, you because Victor doesn't have a PS5, so I'm like, dude, you got to watch this. Load the game, boom. Like you hit like when you're in the main menu of the game, like the start, continue, settings, new game. You continue, poof, you're in the game, and it usually kicks you into like a little scene, like you're on your horse playing playing your flute. You're sitting by the campfire or some shit, which is really cool. It's pretty immersive. And then I was like, "Hey, Victor, watch this." Hey, you want to see a loading screen? Sure. A fast travel? Oh, surprise, there is no loading screen. What? Like, yeah, you can do that. And so back to the question. So again, now that I've played PlayStation, now that I've played PC, non-Xbox exclusive on PC, Phil Spencer, I don't know what's happening, dude. It I don't know why I don't know why the last Dark Knight movies come to mind, where it's like, what about Jim Gordon? Nah, he's a war hero, man. This time of peace. Da da da. I think it's the opposite. I think Xbox has got used to a quote unquote peace or like a less competitive mindset, and they fucking need it. They need to, as we always say, fucking stand on business and put their victories to their opponents' faces and laugh at it. Like that's what they fucking need right now. Not this. Well, yeah, we're putting on other consoles because it means more profits. That's all. We're like, and again, this is the guy that says Phil Spencer, like you said, Drill. Is this the same Phil Spencer years ago that said shut it down? This whole DVR, Xbox TV, it gave off vibe. He just gave off vibes in interviews like, it's like, hey, if anyone else mentions Xbox TV, I will dick slap you in the face. And so we went from that to, yeah, well, it's gotta make more money. Like, motherfucker, you bought and shut down Tango Studios. What the fuck is happening? You bought and shut down an award-winning game, a game that got nominated and won multiple, at least I want to say one, nominated for multiple, and walked home with some shit game of the year. There's a joke that Xbox first parties never win Game of the Year awards, and the one fucking game that did, you shut down. So I don't know, man. It's just I think even for someone like me, that's like, hey Phil, let's buy our I Heart Phil shirts and go to E3, which we can't do anymore. He either needs to step up or ship up or shape out, dude. I think, like I said, it feels like using this Dark Knight trilogy. I just watched the movie again. Analogy in my head, it's like, it's like they're used to a time of peace. Like, yeah, we just fit $69 billion. We own Call of Duty. Who gives a shit? That's what I feel like the mindset is. They own Call of Duty now. Who gives a fucking shit about anything, right? And it's like, no, bring someone in, realize first of all, realize they're fucking losing, and fucking do something about it. Do something that make me want to buy an Xbox again. Hell, I'll meet you even partially halfway there. Do something that makes me want to get Game Pass again. So again,
Yeah.
I think, and in some of these interviews, Joe, he's almost like sounds defeated to two. I know he's not the end all be all. It's not the emperor. He could make all decisions at Xbox. There's a lot of things behind, around him that he can't control. But like I said, just the feel, and like I said, as kids would say, the vibes. is like with Xbox and their upper leadership. It just feels like ever since that buyout went through, it's like, okay, cool. We own Call of Duty. We're gonna make money forever. We can phone the rest of it in.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's like cool. You need to get, and then you need to get someone to get someone in a company to just wake everyone the fuck up to the reality that they are losing.
Yeah, I think he definitely he failed this game generation. You know, he owned, you know, when he did it when because he was kind of moving up the ranks around the latter half of the 360 days, and then we heard more about him doing Xbox One. You know, and I think he did great there. Obviously, you know, he saved the console at that time, but ever since the S and the X, I mean, he's fumbled many times. You know, a lot of stuff on his watch. You know,
Redfall.
Redfall, Halo Infinite. Um, you know, and Halo Infinite, I definitely blame him a lot just because he was in those rooms. He knew, you know, especially when the game had to be pushed back. Remember that when we saw the footage and we were like, this game doesn't look done.
Who put
Looks,
the who put the N64 character in my Halo game? I
you know,
yeah.
this is even before we knew it was going to be an open world thing. We're like, what's going on with the
This is
game?
before we knew a Halo game wasn't going to be cooperative,
Exactly.
which I still haven't forgiven them for. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm a cooperative dude.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then releasing what because they well, it was like oh yeah, releasing it later, right? Releasing it
They
much later, and then when it came out, you
years
couldn't even say like you couldn't even save like you had to like wait
you
until
couldn't
that
you couldn't
fixed.
go back and play other missions. It was
It's a mess. It was a mess, you know. And he was in those rooms. To me, it was like he was in those rooms and understood what 343 strategy was for that game. You know, like I remember after we saw that footage, they like it was. I don't know if it was the same. If it was like more than one day, they announced they were pushing back the game a year because like the public perception and the comments were like, "What the fuck is this?" Right? And then like to your point, even more news. You know, as far as hey, when the game releases, it's not going to come with co-op. Wait, what? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, and people freaked out about it, rightfully so. Rightfully fucking so. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? You know, and I always say, you know, Grand Theft Auto 5, when they did how they did that, I think they did it perfectly. I think as far as releasing the game now, online will come out in October. I thought that was a perfect strategy. They should have did the exact fucking thing for Halo Infinite. Release Halo Infinite, and that way they would have focused on the fucking campaign too, and people would actually have remembered the campaign. You know, release the campaign, have it be co-op like every other fucking Halo game because that's a part of its fucking DNA, and then do Halo Infinite multiplayer stuff later, and then we'll see how it does. They should have did that strategy, and they flipped it and they prioritized that first, and that fucked the series.
bro. I totally forgot how bad the Halo Infinite was. You make me want to chuck my Xbox out the window.
Like I remember, like there's a lot of things where like I disagree with Church on. Um, you know, we've all had our qualms, but I mean, I felt him when he was talking about his you know his disappointment with Halo Infinite. You know, and he's a guy who checks back on stuff more for you and me. Once we have a bad experience, we're not walking in that restaurant again, right?
No,
I have a bad experience at a restaurant. Why would I go back? I have other options. You're done. You're dead to me. You know, Church will come back. Oh, let me try the zucchini. You know,
guys, they only gave you food poisoning one time. Okay, like they only like, hey, yeah, you had salmonella. Did you die? and
you
so
know,
and
there's
so
many
again,
chains. There's many
to
chains. Try one on Fourth and Atherton.
the church's credit is like again, you know, you and I will play a bad fucking game, leave a bad taste in our mouth, and we'll walk away from it. Like we're done. To church's credit, he'll be like, you know what, the new season, let me try it out. Let me walk through the mud. Hey guys, that mud has as much shit in it as we left it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, we could have told you that, but thanks for confirming. Thanks
Right.
for thanks for checking. Hey, is that tornado still going on? Let's check Ollie with the weather. It's raining sideways. Thanks, Ollie.
It just I guess like my point is like him being additionally gracious to see the improvement and it hasn't improved like it just to me it's just another testament as far as like Phil, you can't tell me like Redfall as far as like, oh, I didn't know how the progress was. You were
Phil
in those
Spencer
rooms.
let down a Stadia owner. Do you know how hard, you know how bad you have to fumble that bag for that shit to happen? Dude, Phil, my guy, what are we
Oh my
doing?
god, that is funny.
Oh, like this man is like, I don't know how else to phrase it, but it's like, in a very small fuck. I'll just, you know what I mean. There's no filter. Church is like our gaming Jesus. He is suffering. He is suffering for us. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, church, how's Suicide Squad? Fuck. Let me play it. Hey, church, how's the Stadia? Fuck. Let me tell you about it. Church, how's Halo Infinite after the first year? Fuck. Let me give it a try. Church, how's Overwatch? How's Overwatch 2 still doing? Fuck, guys. Let me do it. He is suffering for us. Okay, that's
Oh,
poor with this poor man. Hey, church, how's Outlaws doing? Fuck, guys, this fucking game, dude. This
oh
dude
my
is
god.
this poor man is just suffering for our sins.
The
I
fact that
think
his name is Church makes it so much funnier.
like like dude, Phil, you could only make this man suffer
Oh.
so much, you know.
Yeah, man. He's been in those rooms, bro, for Halo Infinite. So it's just he failed this generation. He failed the Xbox Series S and X generation. He just didn't do it. He didn't do the job, you know. And Sarah Bond, like she's had horrible interviews as far as like identify, like just like kind of trying to answer questions without really answering them. Just a
The
very
corpo,
the
we're tired of
corpo
the corpo
speak.
speak.
The corpo speak, you know what I mean? No one really resonates with her when it comes to just, gamer like personalization, and business. One thing that Phil Spencer used to be really good at, and it's just another more corpo speak bullshit, right? And Matt Booty, fuck him. I don't give a fuck about him either. He was trying to justify the reason why they didn't buy Tango Studios, made a bunch of bullshit, and then the PUBG Studios bought them because they were like, hey, like these are really talented people, So yeah, fuck Mike Booty. I'm not a big fan of him either. Yeah, it's disappointing. It's disappointing. But yeah, I wanted to ask you that just because as far as like all this stuff going on, oh, your cat's not on Xbox, ha ha ha. It's like I was curious to see how you felt about Phil Spencer at this point. Um,
Fuck your cat. Fuck your Xbox.
yeah.
Like
Speaking
I
of
said,
Xbox, there's a new Xbox Direct coming.
who gives a shit? Who who cares?
On the 23rd. I mean, once again, it's like, okay, you're
You
going
know
to
what?
tell me what games are coming out on other consoles. Thanks,
Not the
Xbox. I appreciate it.
not to cut you off, Drill, but god damn it. We both know spite is a good motivator, and we both know I am a living embodiment of that. Jesus fucking Christ, Drill. You know what? Just out of spite, I might just buy Stadia K3 day one on my PS5. Fuck you.
Oh,
Like just out of
dang.
spite. Because first, here's the thing. I know that game's not gonna be $70. And so here's my leap in here's my leap in logic in that. You said Xbox X is coming, right? Therefore, we've been doing this a long time. We're professionals in our own right. Hence the coming question: what is something you're most looking forward to? I'm most looking forward to Stadia K3. Stadia K2 is the reason why I got the Game Pass in the first place. Is Stadia K3 enough of a reason for me to come back to Game Pass? Maybe, but fuck it. You know what? Shit, you're making me relive the shit that is Halo Infinite. I'm just like, you know what? Fuck you.
Sorry to give you that PTSD.
I might just buy for PS5. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I love the
Because
spiteful purchases. I love spiteful Arthur.
it just, yeah, fuck you. I'm gonna get pissed. I'm gonna fucking prove it to you by showing literal receipts with money I spent. Um, is State K3 enough for me to come back to Game Pass? I don't know. Will I play it? Yeah. It won't be a $70 game because that's just the genre it is. We just know it won't be a $70 AAA game because it's not. Undead Labs is not a $70 AAA company, and that's okay. That's one thing I like about them. Um, I'll probably buy on a PC the more I think about it for le mods. Joe, fuck it.
The port should be solid too. The
Yeah,
port should be
yeah.
solid.
That's the one thing I will say with upside downside with or shitting about Xbox. Xbox ports are good because they're gonna say, hey, you don't have to play, you don't have to have an Xbox to play Xbox games. Their ports are good. Um, but shit, man, Joe, the more I think about it, Stadia K3, I'll probably do off of Steam. Because correct me if I'm wrong, Drill, because you're more familiar with this than me. If I get if I get a PC game on Game Pass, I can't do mods, right?
Um, that's a good
Or the
question. I
or because the mods are only like through like Steam games, right?
Mods generally they're easier to do on Steam games. I think for Xbox it depends on the game. I don't think it's nearly as easy to do or to incorporate it within it. I think it kind of breaks the game more than doing mods on Steam. So yeah, there's that. There's that. There's a lot of restrictions I think on the Xbox Game Pass front with mods versus
Fuck it.
Steam. Yeah.
Think I'll learn a lesson. Calling it now. I don't give a fuck how good CK3 looks. I'm not getting back into Game Pass for it. I may still buy the game,
Yeah.
but it's not bringing back the Game Pass. Like a
Yeah.
lot of our mutual friends have canceled Game Pass. The Canadians, they canceled Game Pass.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they canceled it like they canceled it like a month before me.
Well,
Because
oh, when we say Canadians, we're saying our friends who are in Canada. We're not saying the entire country.
nah, Quebec got together and said fuck these. No wait, what was the French one? Yeah, Quebec. They got together to fuck these shit. I can't do French accent. Who gives a shit? America. Um. So yeah. So Xbox Direct is coming. Only game I care about is AK3. Remember we are like about 1 to 2 more Olympics until we hear more about Elder Scrolls 6. So to the already people like there may be update with Elder Scrolls 6. Stop smelling your own farts. Stop eating the paint chips. We won't. We just and Todd Howard's been public about that. The second Elder Scrolls 6 got announced, he's like, fuck. I kind of regret doing that because all we've done about Elder Scrolls 6 is everything you just saw. The trailer, the image. It was an image. They zoomed in on it, and the font. That's all we fucking
Yeah,
got.
I
So
saw
yeah,
something on Instagram. I don't know if it's right, but it said like that announcement is officially longer than all
people
of
have
the.
worked on the game.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, whoa, that's
Yep.
crazy.
Yep. So Xbox Direct. What do we expect to hear more about? We're probably gonna hear more about. We're probably see more of Fable. Um, I doubt it because nothing has tracked this much. I and it take two, the owner company of Rockstar knows their worth. People are like, maybe we'll get a release date at the Xbox Direct. Take Two Games knows they hold all the cards to the gaming fucking industry. So Take Two does not need Take Two and Rockstar Games no longer need a conference anyone on earth to announce anything. They can do whatever the fuck they want on their own. Now I'm not saying we won't get a fucking announce date, but if we do, I'll be surprised. And it'll be funny because Drell's like, cool, at an Xbox conference, I found out when I have to buy a PS5 Pro. So other than Fable, State of Decay 3, I'm hoping 33 Immort we see more about 33 Immortals. That's another that's another kind of game that I'm on the fence to that I might get Game Pass for or buy the game outright out of spite. Spite purchases are fun. We all love those. Um, so I can't think of anything else that's on Xbox's docket because everything we've seen at that last good conference, we've either has come out like Indiana Jones or we've seen enough on it where we're kind of content. Like, put this way, Drill, if we get more about that, remember that Louisiana Bayou voodoo game?
South of Midnight. That's definitely gonna be on the docket.
If we, what I'm saying is like, if we get more, I wonder what it'll be. It'll just be just more gameplay because I feel like what we saw the last trailer, the last gameplay trailer, sold a lot of people like me in church, and I think you as well. So I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying it won't be like enough. It won't be like a quote unquote sway announcement because I think
Right.
enough people got swayed at the last update from them. Um, I don't know what else. I don't know what else. I mean, like I said, as someone that hasn't turned on my Xbox in months, I haven't opened my Xbox game, my Xbox store, so I don't know what else other than Fable. What I've mentioned is down the road for Xbox.
Yeah. I mean, rightfully so, right? So I know the next Doom, the Dark Ages.
Ah,
Looks
yeah,
like
yeah,
they're gonna provide some more content on that, which is dope. Obviously, which
got
is
that.
also coming to Steam and I think it's coming to PlayStation as well.
Yep.
Um, but definitely coming to Steam if anything. Expedition 33. I guess that's one they're going to be talking about some
Yeah.
information on. And they say surprise location to see another studio's brand new game, which we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I mean it's a dev, it's a direct, so it's a dev direct, so it's
It's not
more.
E3.
Yeah, it's not E3, it's not a conference, right? So it's just one of those things. But I mean, at least it's more stuff. But yeah, definitely one of the. It's a interesting thing there. Uh, here's a funny one. Assassin's Creed Shadow pushed back again until March 20th.
Dude,
They should cancel this fucking game, bro. They don't. They're not even responsible enough to have to work on a project like this. Like I almost wish that Yusuke that they just kind of like tossed it to the guys who do the Ghost of Tsushima stuff, just
yeah.
so I know that that story's done right, because they have no right to even talk, to even work on that character for how many like factual errors that they've done with like everything else around Assassin's Creed Shadows. Like it's really fucking like ridiculous.
There is so much shit going on that's wrong with this game and Ubisoft as its company as a whole. Um, we keep saying this, Joe. We keep fucking saying it. Developers and publishers get offline. Stop going online. Stop it. Your rants are killing your stock, and your insults to people like me, like, oh, well, if you don't like the game, don't buy it. Cool. Guess what's not gonna happen? Guess what's not? Guess what people won't do on March 20th? Buy your fucking hell. I got the game for free. I'm not even gonna cash in my code because if I cash in my code, you'll count me as a player. Nope. I got this game for free when I bought my PC. I ain't touching that voucher code. And am I giving it away? No, because I don't want to make my friends sad. Um, there's just so much. And what I mean to that, Joe, reminder, I know we went on a quick rant of like people are saying, like, well, hey, this game's not historically accurate. Why are people into this game's historically accurate? And I played devil's advocate and I said, well, we know Assassin's Creed games are, quote unquote, historically accurate because in the last one I played, time traveling intergalactic aliens that were disguised themselves as angels are actually who gave the apple of knowledge to Adam. So why is it? So why are people upset with use case accuracy? And again, the devil's advocate of that trail is because the people behind this game, the developers, ran their fucking mouth and kept saying that like how this will be the most historically accurate Assassin's Creed game ever launched. We're proud to bring Yusuke's true story and historical accuracy. And we got this guy who has a doctorate in this shit. And they just went on and on and on and about how historically accurate it is. And then turns out Japan, whatever university he works at, like, oh, that guy? No, that guy's being investigated for having fake credentials. That guy's being investigated for being his own sources for his publications for throughout his education. And then I don't know if copyright, I'll just use copyright laws as the best way to describe this. So there's different like families, clans, armor, or like let's just say clan emblem or clan logos that are like quote unquote, just to take a description, copyright, right? And if we know there's any country on earth that does not fucking play with copyright laws, it's Japan, aka Pokemon, and every fucking thing that Nintendo does is all copyright laws. So there's like clan armor, clan emblems, clan sigils that's in the game that they haven't got the rights for. So people are theorizing that that's the reason why it got delayed, so they can make the fucking legal documents and pay these people as they fucking should have in the first place. Um, and again, all this adds to, hey, we care about authenticity. We care about historical accuracy. We care about, again, which again, no one asked for this. No one asked for a historically accurate Assassin's Creed game. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, we're killing demons. We're killing angels at this point. What the fuck are we talking about? And so, because of all this other shit that keeps happening around the game, that's making them double down on authenticity. We care about bringing Japanese. We care about Japanese people. We care about Japanese stories. And then they release a figure of the Torii Gate, which is symbolic after the bombing of Nagasaki, which is like a Japanese developer saying, we care about the American people. So here's a figure, and that's one of the Twin Towers. We're like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? And that's what it was. And then again, now, whether they could have known this or not, it's just another L for, the developers. And again, now, whether they could have known this or not, it's just another L for the developers. And again, now, whether they could have known this or not, it's just another L for the developers. And again, now, whether they could have known this or not, it's just another L for this whole situation, the company that supposedly cares about Japanese historical accuracy, that supposedly is doing their research trail, is releasing their game on the 30th anniversary of a terrorist attack. So it's just like it's like a company saying we care. Hey, this game takes place in Oklahoma, and we care about its authenticity and the stories of the people, and making this an homage to the Oklahoma people, and then releasing the game on the anniversary of the Unabomber and the Oklahoma City bombing. You know what I mean? Is it like refractive of the game's performance, how the game will handle? No, but it's just another thing that keeps fucking going wrong around this game and around this company.
Yeah, yeah. I just think they're just completely irresponsible with the IP, and obviously it's just complete misrepresentation for what they're trying to prove. Um, and Ubisoft has just taken so many L's, like it's ridiculous. I mean, how can you respect a company that does all that stuff? You know what I'm saying? So it's just, and to me, it's like there's a lot there. To me, there's too many tangible things that they had the opportunity to actually do real research. You know what I mean? So I just feel like it's just laziness at the end of the day. They're just trying to throw the thing out so they can get some money. But yeah, it's shitty. It's shitty. It's ridiculous. I will not, obviously not be buying it. If I do play it, it's gonna be for free or fucking really cheap. So um, yeah, they fucked up too many times for me to give a fuck about this game, which is sad because it's Yusuke. But I'll watch the Netflix show or the Netflix movie.
Watch the
I'll get my Yusuke from there. Yeah, my Yusuke itch from there. So
Fuck it. I'll watch Afro Samurai. I don't give a shit.
right.
Um, Ubisoft as a company right now is getting joked on as it should, because remember, Ubisoft as a company is the same company that really was the modern forefront of microtransactions. They were the ones that pioneered shortcut microtransactions. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you're playing a single player RPG, not an online service, not a fucking gotcha game, not a free premium game, not a free game with a battle pass. They were the ones that pioneered microtransactions in single player RPGs, and said, hey, you have to scour the world in the game and do missions or defeat bosses, defeat enemies to get these crafting materials to upgrade your weapons. Or what if you just buy them? And not only that, Ubisoft is also this company that's still doubling down. I want to say doubling down because they're not advertising it, but they're still releasing these NFT games. You remember that? Remember how you maybe Joe? Who knows? Maybe this game could have gone better if they didn't assign people to work on not one, two fucking NFT games. Maybe. Um, but right now, Ubisoft, regardless of his other bullshit, regardless of just looking at the individual game itself, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Ubisoft is in the same position that Blizzard is in right now. That their game is just being compared to a better version of its competitor. Blizzard is in hot shit right now because Diablo is being compared to its better competitor, Path of Exile 2. Blizzard is in hot shit because Overwatch 2 is being compared to its better competitor, Marvel Rivals. Assassin's Creed Shadows is being compared to its better competitor, Ghost of Yote. And it's not a hot take for anyone to say that regardless of what comes out first, because Ghost of Yote's release date is still TBA. It's not a hot take to say that regardless of whatever one game comes out first, Ghost of Yote is gonna be better. Everyone fucking knows it. And yet, here we are, delaying a game, delaying the inevitable. We care about authenticity. Whoops. 30th anniversary terrorist attack. Our bad. but just look at the game itself. Like I said, they're like Blizzard right now, man. That all this game is going to be is just compared to all the things they did wrong compared to what Ghost of Yote is going to do right.
Yeah. I mean, and I think too, I mean, that's the half of that sentiment is just games in general, right? Every game is going to be compared to another game, but specifically to Ubisoft, it's just whatever they're doing specifically is just they're just not doing a good job. It's a really terrible job, and they're focusing on NFTs, which is like come and gone. People know that's like bullshit. You know what I mean? Like,
Another category that we called that shit long ago. I
yeah,
called those
yeah,
motherfuckers since day goddamn one. Let the record show. I called them digital beanie babies. That's all they fucking were. They were digital beanie babies, and that crave is gone. Real quick drill. One other example why Ubisoft was in the back of my head is because Shadows is being compared to Ghost of Yote. and like the game I was just talking about, Like a Dragon, Pirate in Hawaii, that's being compared. Like the top comment on the Sega's YouTube video is this is this is the game of what quadruple at Ubisoft wishes they can make.
Right, yeah, the skull and bones, yeah, nonsense. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just, it makes you sad too that they even have the IP for Splinter Cell because I'm like, damn, like someone else could do that game so much better at this point because they're not even considering, to my knowledge, even remaking that, and that's a game that I would absolutely play if it was done right. But I mean, I don't even trust Ubisoft to do that right. And it was originally an Ubisoft game, a series, franchise. So I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, god damn it, it's like a really great kid with terrible parents. That's how I see. That's how I
It's
see
an
Splinter Cell.
Oh, Splinter Cell. I thought you were talking about modern Ubisoft games. I'm like, great kid, Drill. This kid deserves to get fucking beat. Oh,
No,
Splinter
no.
Cell? Nah, good kid. Good kid.
Splinter Cell,
Splinter
man.
Cell's all right.
Yeah. So I'll leave that there, I guess. Yeah. I mean, one of the last
Moving
things.
on, moving on beyond child abuse. The next topic on the docket.
Yeah. Gee, I'm never. Are
Drill
there?
transitioning away
Are
from
there?
Arthur's
Are
random
there?
unfiltered comments never continue. Never cease.
Arthur, Arthur has to go there. So the right thing, the one thing that seems like it's going to be for funsies. Last topic here on the show. It looks like you can sign up now, to play Elden Ring Night Rain, early. So it looks like you can sign up now, according to Video Games Chronicle, for a chance to play Elden Ring. It says a chance, so I don't know if it's like a fucking lottery. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Um, but it looks like the network test dates are going to be Valentine's Day, for 3 hours, the 15th of February, and the 16th of February. So that weekend, I guess. I'll send the link out if you're
Bad news for
interested.
church. Because Assassin's Creed Shadows was originally supposed to come out on Valentine's Day, and Church was like, "I might play this game. I might play day one." Hey, Church comes out Valentine's Day. Ah, fuck. Well, for a 24-hour window, I'm like, for the 24-hour window, hey, Church, guess what? Gaming wise, your Valentine's Day just freed up. Elden Ring network test, early playable access on Valentine's Day.
Right.
Bad news, Church. You
Yeah.
gotta cancel his dinner reservations.
I know it's like, unless you can convince your wife that it's the 14th when in fact it's not, so you can play this on the 14th.
Because I don't know if you picked the dates, but yeah, there's a 14th, 15th, and 16th. Just like double down, be like, are you free
Right.
to all that weekend? Fuck, Elden Ring, 15th and 16th. No, work. It's crazy.
Right. All right. Right. And imagine those Valentine's days where like it's like a getaway, right? It's like, oh, let's go out. Like, no, I can't. No, I can't. Husbands would be like, "What do you mean? No, you can't. It's fucking Valentine's Day." Yeah, babe, I can do the 14th, with the 15th, 16th. I'm busy. I'm busy. It's called Elden Ring.
Mm,
What? I mean, it's called. I just can't. I need time to myself. God damn it.
Elden Ring. What? I mean, overtime.
Elden Ring
Mandatory,
overtime.
mandatory overtime. Mandatory overtime. I didn't say Elden. I didn't say
Oh,
Elden. I didn't
that's
say Elden
hilarious.
Ring. I
Night
said
shift. I mean,
overtime.
not rain. I mean,
Night shift. The night rain. Yeah.
oh fuck, that is hilarious. That's hilarious. Well, best of luck to all you gentlemen who are, in fact, gotta have that debacle of a situation. Do you
And
want
for
to
you
keep
lonely
your?
fuckers like me, let's go. See you there.
Hey, that's a great Valentine's gift there. Playing a great game early, so works there. Uh, I think that's gonna wrap it up here. Anything else you want to discuss in the pod?
No, you just kind of hinted at something that a really good Valentine's Day gift for their spouse. Hey, babe, guess what? I signed you up for the early beta test of Elden Ring.
Oh,
Dude,
facts. It's
that's
co-op.
that's just that's a marriage saver right there. Just
There you go. There you
just
go.
just saying, hey, I got you a gift, but I have to forward you the email. You've been signed up for the Elden Ring Night Raid early beta test. Oh, babe, I love you.
Right, exactly. That's hilarious. So yeah, for all you game, yeah, it works both ways, right?
Oh yeah.
For those who are, even if you're not, if one of if the spouse doesn't play games, you send it to your husband. That's fire. And then also, especially if both parties play, shit, there you go. You know what I mean? Have a romantic dinner around you as you're staring at the screen playing.
Couples game night.
Right.
Couples game night. Like most beta tests, they announce what like they have when it'll start. To the hour, right? So time it. Cook your food at home. Cook your food at home. Have that steak dinner. Have a candlelight. Wipe off the face and boot up the fucking system. Let's go.
There you go. There you go. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that's going to wrap it up here for the Gamers for Life podcast. Again, each and every Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, discussing all things games. I'm one of your hosts, Terrell. With me is my co-host, Arthur Thomas.
That's me.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. We will see you next time.